All right, we are now ready to hear auditions for the role of Joseph.
Hi, I'm Joe Stanley.
Hey, Joe. Why are you auditioning for the role of Joseph today?
Well, honestly, pound for pound, my wife wanted me to.
So this is not something you volunteered to do on your own?
No.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
Can't. Wish I could, but my wife says I'm kind of a caveman in my own little world. Watching way too much Sports Center. She says I care way too much about NASCAR and hillbilly hand fishing than I do about giving back to the body of Christ.
I see. Well, Joseph's a big role. The earthly father of the Messiah trekked the trail from their hometown to Bethlehem on foot, over 300 miles to register for the census. Married a woman that was pregnant with the Son of God, so pretty big shoes to fill.
Yeah, I probably should have auditioned for the shepherd, because all he does is tend to the sheep and keep to himself and gets to carry a big stick. And I'm only auditioning for Joseph because my wife wanted me to again, and that's my real name, Joseph Arlene Stanley.
Arlene?
Yeah. My mother was a twin, and her twin's name was Arlene. God bless my mother. She had 3 boys in the family, and I was the lucky one with the name of Arlene. Now, it's pretty embarrassing and humiliating when your mom gets mad at you and she's gone throughout the whole neighborhood saying, Joseph Arlene Stanley, you put those cats down right now. God didn't put them on this earth for you to be making boomerangs out of them. She was very sensitive to the feline community.
Well, I guess someone needed to be. You just might be perfect for the role of Joseph, Joe.
Well, pound for pound, I just don't see what you're seeing, I reckon.
Well, here's the deal. All the emotions you felt over your lifetime, the confusion, embarrassment, humiliation, disillusionment, Joseph felt all of those.
I've seen the live Nativity, and with Joseph staring down at his baby, like this. And none of those emotions are in that movie.
It's true, but how do you think Joseph got to that moment? What do you think were the emotions going on in Joseph's heart, soul, and mind when the angel delivered the news that Mary would be with child carrying the Son of God?
Well, I always pictured him saying, okay, and just being good with it.
Well, Joe, as you would say, pound for pound, it was probably a major blow to his world. He had to decide whether to follow what the angel Gabriel told him, as crazy as it sounded, or do what was best for him.
Well, I'm a live and let live kind of guy, but I'm imagining him saying, it wasn't always his will, but God's will.
It's easier to be that way, but think about what it says in Luke 1:19. The angel Gabriel told Joseph, I stand in the presence of God, and I was sent to speak to you and to bring you this good news. Do you think this was good news at first for Joseph, or did he have to wrestle with that? And what would everyone think about him?
Kind of like my situation with my wife.
Now you've kind of gone off track. Speaking of a union, Joseph, after hearing the news, and he's a righteous man, wanted to divorce Mary quietly so it wouldn't be brought out in public. Back then, even during an engagement, it took 2 witnesses to legally get a divorce. He thought Mary was unfaithful, and it wasn't until the angel said to marry her, take her home, Joseph finally followed.
Well, I reckon if Joseph felt all of those feelings, then I guess I am ready for this role.
You know what? I really think you are, Joe. And I think you nailed your audition with the simple realization it's not your will, but God's. His son would say the same exact thing 33 years later as he died for the sins of the world.
And I'm sure glad he did that for me. I remember that when I'm staring at this baby in the manger. I guess that's what you theater folks call getting into character.
Something like that.
I only have one more question to ask you. Do I have to wear that biblical robe thingy?
Well, yeah, you do.
I can't wear a pair of camel hunting pants instead?
Yeah, sorry, not your will.
Alright, I get it.
Joe,
Yes, sir?
can you give me that Joseph pose?